If I tell Nigerians today I'm not contesting, there will be issues. If I say I'm now contesting, there will be issues. So leave it. Already the political environment is hot enough for us to manage. At the appropriate time, you will know.
That was suspense built up perhaps 8 months ago from now when the president fielded question at the presidential media chat of February 2014 on his decision whether or not he will be showing interest to run for the 2015 presidential elections. Hello and welcome to Roadmap 2015. I'm Benga Ashiru. We begin today with the news of President Jonathan's declaration of interest to seek re-election for the 2015 presidential polls. This is coming after many months of suspense as the People's Democratic Party offers him the right of first refusal. Support groups also embarked on several campaigns, canvassing support through rallies and advertorials for Nigerians to vote in President Goodluck Jonathan come 2015. A 37-man committee is to be chaired by the former national chairman of the PDP, Haliru Bello Muhammad, while former Senate President Ken Nnamani is to deputize with Pius Ayim to serve as the committee's secretary. But there are those who think the president's opening up to contest is just an anticlimax due to several campaigns and funds already channeled on his behalf to run for presidency. Let's join the deputy chairman of the President's Declaration Committee, Senator Ken Nnamani, on the background reports to the president's indication of interest to contest for the 2015 presidential elections in this phone-in interview.
We gave him the right of first refusal. In other words, for the party to worry about other candidates, if any. We wanted to ask our candidate, who is happened to be the president of the country, to show his readiness and willingness to serve for them. Because it's not really automatic on his side. He has to consider a number of family issues and his physical fitness and all kinds of things that he's going to consider. Having done so, I think, we're now in the process of arranging his public declaration. And sometime between first week and second week in November, it will happen. And he will tell the Nigerians and the world why he thinks he deserves to be given a second chance to continue most of the projects, laudable projects he has commenced. So it is a fact that we as party members are now in the process of organizing, getting together, how we can make it something remarkable, something historic, so that people will see the need to build cohesion in the party and then to call for public trust.
Political parties are beginning to fine-tune their game plans ahead of the 2015 general elections. There is an intense battle by the governors of both parties, the PDP and the APC, for their political future. The issues currently being debated involves the governors' demand that their party allow them to choose their successor. We also have reports that some of them are eyeing the Senate. There seems to be a clash of interest here, as that may be denying some other candidates a chance to vie for the senatorial offices. For the People's Democratic Party, realizing that this may cause some disaffection within the party if something urgent is not done to curb what they see as an excessive demand by the governors, the PDP insists delegates should be allowed to pick their candidates through due process. We understand that the meeting was a stormy session which ended in deadlock. Let's now examine how the PDP's reconciliation meeting has fared. We had an interview with the National Vice Chairman of the PDP South-South, Dr. Cairo Ojougboh. Take a listen.
The PDP is a party of happy people. We are not like the APC, Angry People's Congress. And then you see, I keep telling the APC, for instance, the angry people, they cannot set up such committee, they cannot. But the PDP will do it. You can see the way things are going in the PDP. We are completely democratic. The APC is a congress of angry people. And that is the difference between the PDP and APC. And let me tell you, I urge Nigerians, all of you, that PDP is the place to be. And that is why you see that people are struggling to join this PDP. And so, please get ready, make sure Nigerians, we implore you, support the PDP to the fullest, because that is the party that is transforming Nigeria, and you cannot truncate that transformation now.
Now, let's look at the grievances expressed, at least for the Rivers State PDP. They said the party does not respect zoning and rotational policy. How would you explain that?
We all have our say, and we cannot force our say on others. The party will sit down at the leadership level to decide what is going to happen. The party listens to all complaints, and these complaints are being put into consideration. The party at the zonal level will sit down and then advise the national. There's a zonal committee of the zonal committee, the zonal structure. The zonal structure will meet and recommend to the National Working Committee what the issue in Rivers State should be.
Now, in Rivers State, some people believe it's the turn of the riverine community. Do you feel that the people of the riverine community have a genuine cause for grievance?
Of course, as the people in the riverine are agitating, that is also the way some people in the upland are agitating.
Well,
so we look at all this aggregate.
The agitation, is the grievances, is it tenable? Does it have a ground?
No, there's no agitation. There is no agitation that is not tenable, depending on where you stand and where you look at it.
Now, taking a flip side at the PDP reintegration projects, some critics have called it a beggar's orchestra because they said the PDP is not doing the needful. And some have just said, instead of the appeasement, why don't you just do the needful? So how would you react to this?
The integration committee, we have been empowered to make recommendations to the National Working Committee. And so you don't expect, as it is, all the zones, the 6 zones are doing well. The South is doing well. So, at the end of the committee's exercise, recommendations will be made to the National Working Committee.
Some have also said the PDP's reintegration project is nothing but a President Goodluck Jonathan's 2015 agenda, and after that, people could go to blazes.
You see, is the party going to die after the 2015 election? No. The party is going to wax stronger. And so, it is part of the internal mechanism of the PDP. That's why the PDP is stable. Since 1998, it is the only party in Nigeria that has not changed its name. It is the only party in Nigeria that constantly, every 2 years, holds a national convention. Convention. It is only party that elects democratically all its elective officers.
Now, you said there is no imposition of candidates in PDP, but people feel that the adoption of President Goodluck Jonathan is a way of imposition. How would you explain the adoption of President Goodluck Jonathan as the sole consensus candidate for the PDP's presidential range?
It was a pure democratic message. It's a message sent to show that this party, the PDP, has come of age and is matured.
We had reports that some were coerced and even threatened by the EFCC to drop their presidential ambition within the PDP. Could you confirm this?
But you know Mr. President won't do that. Let me tell you something about Mr. President. He's a good man. He will never interfere in the work of any agency with constitutional authority.
Now, let's look at the posturing of the South-South for the forthcoming 2015 elections. Now, in the South-South region now, the PDP controls 4 states, and losing 2 states to the APC, some bookmakers have called it PDP's dwindling fortune in the South-South, which may come or become a stark reality come 2015. Could you explain this?
The River State is a PDP state. It is 90% PDP. And we are going to harvest all the votes. You see, Amechi APC stole our state and took the River State and sold it to APC. Gave it to strange bedfellows. And we are not going to allow that.
Now, let's look at the insecurity now. At a point where the ovation of bring back our girls is at the highest octave, do you think any president has the moral right to come forth for 2015 presidential bid?
The Chibok guest issue and the adoption and insecurity is not the making of Jonathan. Of course, Boko Haram was born in 2002. In 2009, their leader was killed. And in that 2009, Jonathan was not in power. In 2011, it escalated. And how did it escalate? By political statements made by political leaders in the APC. People who promised that they will, Babu and the dog will be soaked in blood. And one thing led to the other. Luckily for this country, we have a president that is very mature, very humane, and very nice. And he has been tackling the issue of Boko Haram systematically, magnificently, and wonderfully.